Hi everyone. So for today we'll be looking at 3D shapes, right? So 3D shape, D, what does it stand for? D. So we have 3D shapes here. That's our topic for today. So D stands for dimensional, right? So three-dimensional shapes. So three-dimensional shapes, right? So 3D shapes, like it's literally like we actually have these ones. Like we have sphere, you have prism, cuboid, cube, cylinders, pyramid, and cone, right? So these shapes are called the 3D shapes, right? So we'll actually look into the properties of 3D shapes and look into some of the examples of real life examples of this kind of shapes. All right, let's move for that. All right, first one, what do you have? So we are actually going to look at properties of our 3D shapes. Properties, what makes our 3D shapes, right? So how many faces does it have, and how many sides or corners or vertices does it have? All right, so let's start off with the cylinder, right? The first we have the cylinders. Remember, in a cylinder you have two flat and circular faces, right? So here you have one, here you will have another one here in the bottom, right or not? That's why you have a two circular and flat faces. That's first property. One curved face, right? That's from here to here, curved, and no sides or vertices. So our cylinder will have two flat and circular faces, one curved face, but no sides and no vertices. All right, so that's the property of our cylinder. All right, now let's move on with cone. So what do you see here? Cone, we can actually see the vertex here, right? We have a vertex. We have one vertex here. All right, and then we actually have a circular base here, right? Not even for a cone. So it says a circular base. We have it. One curved surface, right? So here you have the curved surface again, like the one with the cylinder. All right, so a cone has one edge, one corner, and one vertex, right? So your cone would have one edge, one corner, and one corner or a vertex. So these are the properties of your cone. So I want you to remember the properties of cone, so that like with these properties you would be able to draw your shapes, your 3D shapes. All right, with that let's move on. So next one you have sphere. So sphere, what are the properties? So sphere, you just would have, like, you can say like one curved face, or then you can say you do not have a face. All right, so no edges, no corners for your sphere. All right, so sphere, that's the property. You just have one face, or you can say like it's curved one. So like you could actually say like it does not have a face, or you could just say our sphere would have one face. So that is the property of our sphere. So this one is easy, right? So next one you have your pyramid, right? But then pyramid, you have different kinds of pyramids here. You have number one, square pyramid, square base. So it depends on the base. So base here is a square. You have triangular pyramid because your base is triangular here. Rectangular pyramid, your base is rectangle. Hexagonal pyramid, why do we call hexagon? You have six sides, right? So six sides. That's why you have the hexagonal pyramid. All right, so the properties, you have the properties this side, the one here this side, they are the properties of our square pyramid. All right, our square pyramid, five faces, right? So faces means this side, one, two, there, right, four, and then bottom, five faces. One square base, right? Here you have the square base here. So this is a square base, and four triangular, you have the four triangle triangular faces, right or not? So one here, this is triangle, two, others behind, 3, 4, and then 5. Not 5, it's 4 triangular faces. 8 edges, right? Edges means the sides. Okay, this side here, these are edges. 1, 2, 3, 4 behind, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so these are the edges. So our square pyramid would have 8 edges and 5 vertices. Okay, vertices 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on another corner. So that is your property of your square pyramid. So similar like that, you have a triangular pyramid here. So now you know the faces, right? So faces is this part here. That's your face. So how many faces do we have for triangular pyramid? 4 faces. One here, one this side, and one in the bottom. So that's why you have 4 faces for your triangular pyramid. One triangular base, right? Base means like at the bottom where you stand. So this is your triangular base. This is your base. 3 triangular faces, right? One here, other side, right? So that's your triangular face. 6 edges. So edges means the sides here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So sides. And then it says 4 vertices. 1, 2, 3, and that corner 4 vertices. So that's your property of your triangular pyramid. All right, let's move on with rectangular pyramid. So rectangular pyramid, what are the properties? You have 5 faces, 1 rectangular base, 4 triangular faces, 8 edges, and 5 vertices. All right, you try to see, count and see whether your rectangular pyramid would have those properties or not. 5 faces, 1 rectangular base, right? So faces means this part here, like from here to here is 1 face, right? You count it and see whether they have that one or not. All right, so hexagon, how many sides do we have in hexagon? We have 6, right or not? So, but then if including the base, you have 7 faces in your hexagonal pyramid. 1 hexagonal base, right? We have the base. 6 triangular faces, so 1, 2, you just count it, and then 12 edges. Edges mean the sides, and 7 vertices. Okay, so these are the properties of your pyramid. Okay, so we have square pyramid, triangular pyramid, rectangular pyramid, and a hexagonal pyramid. We have more than that actually. We have something called a prism, right or not? All right, so these are the properties. So with these properties in mind, we are going to learn how to identify our shapes or name our shapes. All right, so here I have some examples, real life examples of your 3D shapes, right? You have a sphere here. This is cube. This is cylinder. This is pyramid. This is rectangular pyramid. Another cone. Another pyramid here. Cone, right? So you should be able to identify or find out what kind of 3D shape it is, right? So here I have some more examples for cones, cubes, spheres, cylinders, pyramid, and triangular prisms. All right, another one that was missing is prism, triangular prism. Okay, let's move on. So we have a small exercise here, right? Okay, let's move on with this question first. Here the question says identify each 3D shape and check the appropriate option. So they have given the shape. So you just have to see which shape is it. So this one, for number 1, what do we have? Is it a cube or a pyramid? It's a cube, right? So that's our answer. For number 2, it's a cylinder. Number 3, you have sphere. Number 4, you have, is it cone, pyramid, or prism? It's a prism. That is a rectangular prism. All right. Number 5, you have prism, cone, and cube. It is a cone. and then finally you have the pyramid, prism, and cylinder. So what it is, it's a pyramid, right? That's a rectangular base pyramid. So that's how you identify, or that's how you differentiate your different kind of 3D shapes. All right, so same like that, here you have another one here. Identify solid shapes choosing their names from the word box. So you could actually write down the name. So this one, first one is cylinder, right? You know the name now. So this one is pyramid. You have a cone, you have a sphere, you have a prism, and you have a cube, right or not? So these are your 3D shapes. Alright, so with that, I guess we're done with it. I'll just leave you with some exercises from your work textbook. So here you have it. You have page 52, question number 1, right? And then you have page 53, question number 2. So I want you to do like these 2 pages and try to see whether you can do it or not. Alright, with that, let's call it a day. I'll see you next week then. Bye.